Hello everyone, today we're returning to Xdinary Heroes. We're gonna listen to the album Beautiful Mind. I've always enjoyed their stuff when I've checked them out on the channel, so I've been looking forward to this. This is part 1 of the reaction, where we're gonna cover the songs Fight Me, Beautiful Life, and More Than I Like. The 4 other songs from Diamond onwards will be covered in part 2, which you can watch right now on Patreon. Link is in the description. My patrons get early access to part 2, but if you can't join us on Patreon, don't worry, part 2 will be posted to YouTube in a few weeks, so be sure to subscribe to not miss it. Without further ado, let's see how Fight Me sounds.
Fight me, I see the victory. 거칠어진 숨소리 내 모든 걸 걸고 지게 down is win or die. 강한 척해도 내겐 다 티나 네 약해 빠진 hook 여전히 뻔한 move You lose 반전 없이 끝날 game 잡힌 꿈은 칠 것도 이렇게 또 없으니 I'm washing my tears and pay 이게 마지막이라면 끝까지
Very energetic as usual. The distorted vocals. I'm just going to turn off the closed captions. They don't seem correct. We're off to a pretty good start here. A lot of energy. A great mix in the production. I love that the balance of instruments is always on point in their music. Very often in popular music, the vocals will be pushed to the very forefront and everything else will take a back seat. And you can hear the vocals quite clearly here, but you can also hear all of the instruments quite clearly if you're a music nerd or a drummer, or if you play guitar. You can very easily pay attention to only the guitar if you like, and you can hear it very clearly throughout the whole song. So the balance of the mix is perfect. Their vocals also sound amazing. I believe the lead vocalist is Jung-soo and Ju-yeon is the bassist, and he also sings, right? I know a couple of the other guys sing, but those are probably the 2 vocalists we're hearing at the moment. I have to say that this song is somewhat straightforward for them. I normally associate them with more complex riffs, more complexity in the instrumental. This song is actually quite simplistic, even if the energy is high. I am generally more captivated by their more intense sounds. They're more virtuosic playing, like their little licks, like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo on the guitars, like the shredding. I'm into that. But this song has a lot of more straightforward open chords, but let's see how it goes. Has a certain nu metal influence in this song, actually. You know what I thought was cool there? If you listen closely, the synth in the background cuts out while one of the vocalists does his lead part, and then the synth comes back in for the other vocalist. You can hear the synth in the background. It's still there, right? Now it's cut out. You only hear the voice and the bass. And here's that synth coming back in again. That's interesting. I like that. I haven't really heard something like that before. That belting ad-lib. This is the riffing that I like. Yeah, okay, so we did get a taste of the aspect of them that I like at the end. That's what I'm talking about. That intense riffing. Love that. So while this song largely was on the simpler side, I did get some tastes of creativity like that synth work in the bridge and more interesting riffing at the end. Great intro song. Let's move on to Beautiful Life.
No one's here to find you.
Okay.
Turn it off, name on the screen. Hey, look around, can you feel what's real?
The quality seems interesting on this. Let me just make sure we're at full quality. No, we're not. Let's double check that there. Oh, how pretty. This part reminds me of Queen. Wow, there's so much going on in this song already, just in the space of a minute and a half. This track is giving me a little bit more pop punk, genre-wise. You hear that little climb on the guitar? No, 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 no. It was really brief there. I love that kind of stuff. They have so many cool moments like that in their instrumentals. And then this part is awesome. It's unexpected, but it doesn't feel like it's coming out of nowhere. It's just a beautiful transition into a more melodic style. Like I said, it reminds me a little bit of Queen and some more melodic prog rock from the 80s perhaps, and maybe Trans-Siberian Orchestra if you're familiar with them. Let's keep going. Falsetto. A great decoration, his falsetto, on top of all that melody. Now we're back to just the guitar. The harmonies. I love how chaotic the music video is. That's a synth solo. Listen to that passion in his voice. Love this synth solo. Nice touch. really passionate scream. Love that.
Don't you wave your flag? Oh, is it white? 기억해
Moment with just the piano, the drums, his voice, his falsetto.
knows you to find you. You know, when I am gone, my body may turn to dust. But love, my song of love.
This is very Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and a little bit of Electric Light Orchestra too, inspired by all the groups with orchestra in their name. It makes sense, right? This is feeling kind of symphonic at times, and combining the sound of the punk, the rock, the hard rock, and the symphonic elements. It's always a really great combination, and they're using it in such a playful way. I think I prefer this song over the first song, definitely. I'd love to see them live.
No way to run away. You lost in nice and never end. Why won't you wave your flag? Oh, is it white? 기억해 지금 이 순간. No one's here to love you.
Weird. That's Juyeon, right? At the end singing there. What a voice he has. What's real in your reality? Spooky. Great track. Great track. Next track is More Than I Like. This will be the final track for part 1. If you'd like to join us for part 2 right now, the link to my Patreon is in the description. Let's go.
More than I like you. More than I like you.
I'm distracted by the image. What is that on the bread? It doesn't look like jam. I hope it's jam. Kind of looks like, you know, someone just got put through the wood chipper. Hopefully not.
More than I like you. More than I like you. Hate this world 앞이 그뿐이었던 미련 따윈 없어 내겐 more. Nothing more.
Really nice groove here. Got some break beats in the background. The guitars in this are crazy. Super heavy. Okay, this song actually is my favorite so far, and I'll tell you why. I'm a metalhead, I'm a sucker for metal, so the guitars in this song are the heaviest, the lowest, you could say, out of the 3 songs so far. And the contrast between that dirt in the low end and the brightness in the high end with their vocals and with the synths. The song overall is actually quite positive sounding and happy, and I think it's very creative to have a very happy song with a very dirty low end with the drums and the bass and the guitars. I will say that this mini album as a whole, it sounds a lot happier in general compared to their previous stuff, because the last song I reacted to was Instead, and that song sounded way darker than this stuff. And usually I actually do prefer their darker sounds. This song is still quite bright, but it has a dark edge to it that I really enjoy. Like, listen to these guitars here. Right here. Really heavy, dark guitars, and meanwhile his voice is just so beautiful on top of it. Great combo. Let's continue. Altering the rhythm of the drums. So catchy. This song also reminds me of a specific song by a famous metal band called Bullet for My Valentine. It's a song called Hearts Burst into Fire. I would not be surprised if they were inspired by that song with this one. It has a similar overall vibe, melodic but dark. So do check out Hearts Burst into Fire if you like this track as well. You can hear the synth too. Actually, the synth work is really underrated in this song. If you pay attention to the synth, I know the guitars and his voice are stealing the show at the moment, but the synth work is adding a lot of cool texture. Shredding on the synth. That was an awesome track. Definitely my favorite song so far. So I'm super hyped to get into the next 4 songs. Join me for part 2 on Patreon right now, or wait a few weeks and catch it again on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to not miss it. Let me know what you think of these songs and of my analysis. If you don't know me, my name is Ohakade. I'm the composer for the symphonic metal project Valkata. You can check out our music in the description too. There's also a link to my full reaction database spreadsheet if you're curious about all of the other music I've covered on the channel. Otherwise, please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Thanks so much and take care.